instruction to order construction, claiming it was the company picked by Kim Keon-hee. Despite testimony, all defendants in residence construction case released bail granted for Kim Oh-jin and Hwang Seung-ho. 21-gram CEO was never detained to begin with. Concerns over being destroyed if the administration changes, leading to mobile phone replacement. Kim Oh-jin, former First Vice Minister of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, and Hwang Seung-ho, former presidential administrator, both suspected of involvement in the illegal construction of the presidential residence, have been released on bail approximately 3 months after their arrest. Kim Tae-young, the CEO of 21gram, who has been standing trial without detention from the start, was revealed to have replaced his mobile phone around December 11th, following the December 3rd martial law declaration, and had a conversation with his spouse stating, "We might be destroyed if the administration changes." As all 3 key defendants have been released at a time when the second special prosecution team has launched a full-scale investigation, concerns over the destruction of evidence are mounting. On the 20th, KBS reported the Seoul Central District Court's Criminal Agreement Division 24, presiding Judge Lee Young-seon, today granted the bail applications of former Vice Minister Kim Oh-jin and former Administrator Hwang Seung-ho, who were indicted on charges including violation of the Act on the Aggravated Punishment of Specific Economic Crimes, fraud. The report added, the court set bail conditions for both parties, including a 100 million won deposit, attachment of electronic tracking devices, residential restrictions, and the submission of a pledge not to leave the country without court permission. Former Vice Minister Kim applied for bail on the 10th of last month, and former Administrator Hwang on the 3rd of this month. Former Vice Minister Kim and former Administrator Hwang were indicted under arrest on December 26 last year on charges such as abusing their official authority to allow 21gram, an interior design firm without a general construction license, to take charge of the residence relocation project. They're suspected of coercing executives of construction companies to lend their business licenses to 21gram and engaging in negotiations regarding the lease of those names. 21gram is a company that sponsored numerous exhibitions organized by Kovana Contents, formerly headed by Kim Keon-hee, the spouse of former President Yoon Suk-yeol. It also handled the design and construction of the Kovana Contents office. Following the conclusion of the Kim Keon-hee special prosecution investigation, a surge of key testimonies and evidence regarding Kim Tae-young, the CEO of 21gram, and his spouse surfaced during the investigations by the National Police Agency's Special Investigation Headquarters and the Second Special Prosecution Team, the company picked by Kim Keon-hee. Testimonies secured by the Kim Keon-hee Special Prosecution, the Special Investigation Headquarters, and the Second Special Prosecution Team on the 16th, MBC reported. The Police Special Investigation Headquarters conducted an interview-style investigation of Kim Oh-jin, who was indicted under arrest for allegations of favoritism in the residence relocation at the detention center on January 29 regarding the abuse of power allegations against People Power Party Representative Yoon Han-hong. It continued, like the Kim Keon-hee Special Prosecution Team. The Special Investigation Headquarters also secured testimony from former Vice Minister Kim that Representative Yoon Han-hong ordered the construction contract for the residence to be given to a company related to Kim Keon-hee, but the case was handed over when the Second Special Prosecution Team was launched in February. Previously, the Kim Keon-hee Special Prosecution Team had secured testimony from former Vice Minister Kim to the effect that Representative Yoon Han-hong said, "This is a company picked by Kim Keon-hee, so ensure 21gram can do the work." The report indicates that the Police Special Investigation Headquarters secured the same testimony. Representative Yoon Han-hong was the head of the Blue House Relocation Task Force, TF, at the time, and former Vice Minister Kim was the head of the First Division in charge of the TF's practical operations. The Second Special Prosecution Team also secured the same testimony. On the 16th, JVC stated, the Second Special Prosecution Team, which took over the case, secured the same testimony while questioning Kim Oh-jin as a witness on the 11th. Consequently, 5 days after the investigation of Kim, the special prosecution conducted a surprise search and seizure of Representative Hwang. This is the first compulsory investigation by the special prosecution. It further noted, as the person in charge of practical operations, Kim Oh-jin, pointed to Representative Hwang, a key member of the Yoon Corps pro-Yoon faction, as the superior and even testified to the content of the instructions. The focal point of the suspicion naturally shifted to the couple, Yoon Suk-yeol and Kim Keon-hee. Reports on the same day also revealed that 21-gram CEO Kim Tae-young replaced his mobile phone after the martial law declaration. On the 16th, Dong-ilbo reported, investigative authorities confirmed that CEO Kim Tae-young replaced the mobile phone he was using around December 11, 2024. This was 1 week after former President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law and 6 days before the arrest of John Song-bae, also known as Jeonjin Byapsa, an associate of Kim Keon-hee. The report continued. The mobile phone secured by authorities confirmed that the phone numbers of Kim Keon-hee and former administrator Yoo Jae-ok were stored. However, while traces of KakaoTalk chat rooms with Kim Keon-hee and Yoo Jae-ok remained, all exchanged messages had been deleted. The special prosecution is looking into whether Kim Tae-young and others committed evidence destruction ahead of the investigation. Why were the Kim Tae-young couple worried about being destroyed if the administration changes? The contents of phone conversations between 21-gram CEO Kim Tae-young and his spouse have also come to light. On the 19th, Dong-ilbo reported, it has been confirmed that the couple leading 21-gram, the interior design firm that handled the presidential residence relocation construction during the Yoon Suk-yeol administration, had a conversation on the day of former President Yoon's impeachment last year, saying, "We might be destroyed if the administration changes." It added, circumstances also emerged suggesting that even after the completion of the residence construction, the 21-gram CEO continued his close relationship with Kim Keon-hee, visiting the residence once every 3 to 4 months or being summoned to enter the residence late at night. In a report on December 1 last year, Asasan Media pointed out that Kim Tae-young's spouse, Cho Woo-yeon, CEO of the exhibition company J&W, paid the additional cost for Kim Keon-hee's Chanel bag. The report also highlighted that 21-gram received illegal special favors from the presidential office and suggested the possibility that Cho Woo-yeon's exhibition company was also a recipient of such favors. Related article, exclusive Company A, which paid for Kim Keon-hee's Chanel bag, involved in Blue House Fashion Week incident https://asasin.kr/46-2. Analysts suggest that if a quid pro quo is proven, Cho Woo-yeon could be liable for bribery. Even if not, there is a significant possibility of punishment under the Improper Solicitation and Graft Act. The first trial of People Power Party Representative Kim Ji-hyun and his spouse, who were indicted for providing a Roger Vivier bag worth 2.67 million won to Kim Keon-hee on March 17, 2023. Violation of the Graft Act was held on February 11. However, as of the 24th, no separate indictment has been reported regarding Cho Woo-yeon. As the full story of Kim Keon-hee's alleged interference in state affairs is being revealed, the fact that key defendants like 21-gram CEO Kim Tae-young and former Vice Minister Kim Oh-jin are now all in a state of non-detention is fueling fears of evidence destruction. In particular, this bail decision, made at a critical juncture in the second special prosecution's investigation, is unlikely to escape criticism that the judiciary is beholden to the fallen power. With various signs of evidence destruction already captured, the public is keeping a sharp eye on how the judiciary's decision to grant these individuals freedom will act as a hurdle in uncovering the truth behind the illegal residence construction allegations. Cho Seung-ho, founder and publisher, TJSGP7847 at naver.com. Related video. https://youtube.be/mt3ijlac1qk. This article was translated from Korean using AI technology. This English translation is provided for the convenience of global readers. While every effort has been made to ensure accuracy, the original Korean version shall remain the sole authoritative legal text. Asasin Media assumes no responsibility for any errors in translation. Original Korean article https://asasin.kr/news-260324